What is up, blockchain gang? This is Danarchy with a guide to farming D insignias and night crows. Having a great rank on your server gives you a huge boost to your PvP stats, as well as the ability to buy additional crafting mats, buffs, and items. I won't go over the best way to spend these, but I will remind you to wind down your points at the end of the season on items before it's too late and they reset to 0. It's important to remember that you can only farm 150,000 insignias each day from PvE until you reach a cap. This cap will reset at midnight on your server time, and that's when the buffs will be updated. We won't be covering PvP in this guide, but you can get a top rank with a huge buff without it. So I'll only say that it's a complete waste of time unless you're going with a good group. We will cover strategies on how to avoid PvP because that's going to help you achieve a higher rank, since you do lose a small chunk of insignias each time a player kills you, which is going to count against your cap. By far, the best way to gain these are in the level 1 ice cave. By comparison, I farm 3 times more insignias in level 1 than I do level 2, and it just gets worse from there. I farm 4 times as many in the ice cave as I do on the battlefront, since the time to kill is so much higher. You get 600 minutes in the ice cave each week without purchasing additional time. It would take me 120 minutes to farm 150,000, or about 2 hours, and then I would run out of time in only 5 days. So instead I split up the time evenly for about 90 minutes each day, and I'm usually able to farm around 100,000 minus any losses from deaths, plus anything I got from player kills. This is usually enough time to do a few orders for 800 monsters each in the special dungeons, and then I'll finish the rest off on the battlefront to make sure I get at least 150,000 insignias each day. If I were to do a higher level cave instead, and the battlefront only, it would take 3 to 5 times longer to farm the same amount of insignias, and I'd probably never reach the daily cap on a consistent basis. So the final 2 parts of this guide are going over both areas of the ice cave and the battlefront. It doesn't really matter what order you do these in, and I just let RNG decide from the guild orders. The only buff you should be running in the cave are your blue buffs. These cost 4,600 gold per hour to maintain, which is about 115,000 gold per day, and have the most benefit. It is the only buff that I'm running unless I'm pushing the main quest or doing the highest dailies I can, or in PvP of course. This will increase your farming speed and pay for themselves even if you run them 24/7. Accuracy isn't going to help you if you never miss, and neither is defense, since you won't be taking damage either. When farming in a team, I notice that I lose about 10 to 20% insignias and gold, while gaining about 10 to 20% experience, so that is up to you. But it's often hard to control a big room for a long period that more than 2 or 3 people can farm in. If attacked, the easiest way to escape is to have your teleport scroll bound to a hotkey and go back to town where it's safe. However, this will cost you a scroll and another entry fee into the dungeon. You can save that 1,500 gold if you have the time to hit the door next to the minimap, which takes an additional click to confirm it. The best option is to run away though, as most players will not give chase beyond a few rooms and opt for an AFK target instead. There's no use trying to fight them, as they'll simply run or teleport away if the battle does turn in your favor. After you successfully run away a few times from the same people, they'll often not even try attacking you and go for easier fish. I decide if I'm going to run or teleport by how much life I have once I gain control of my character. If it's under 50%, I'll usually teleport just to be safe, because I don't want to give somebody a huge payday, and then they'll always attack me knowing that I'm stacking insignias. If I'm over 50% health, I'll run and jump away until I can mount and hopefully distract them with slower allies. Keep in mind that you can use these players as cleaners when you don't have an open space. Follow them around and they'll clean the room for you and then move on. This will give you a solid 10 to 15 minutes before they rotate back around or your spot gets invaded by people stealing your loot. Remember, these so-called allies in the room with you are costing you your limited time, and for every minute they waste, you will have to make up 4 to 5 minutes on the battlefront, where it's much more dangerous. Speaking of the battlefront, it's divided into 3 equal slices of PvP pizza called Unity, Victorious, and Belligerence for some reason. You'll spawn at your server's base, and monster levels range from level 40 to 76. You can use your glider and tornadoes around the map to move quicker. One strategy is to have a team of players in a remote location, but if you are found and attacked by the enemy, everyone will have to teleport away and pay the 25,000 gold to get back in. If you farm near the base, you can always retreat to the safe zone quickly. Watch out for death from above and large groups of enemies that can kill you before you can even teleport away. The same logic applies here, where if everyone can scatter like cockroaches and keep getting away, they will eventually get bored and give up or move on to attack the other server. However, if they keep getting paid, they will stick around forever. So if you see them coming, get to a safe distance where they can't attack you. At first, I would start taunting them and attacking them while jumping back into safe to make them mad or distract them. But the best strategy is to start attacking your own players. This will set off their alarm that they're under attack long before the mob gets to them and give them precious seconds to get away unscathed. If you are going against a single opponent or two, feel free to try to turn the tables on them, but don't let them walk away, for they'll come back with more friends. Unlike the ice cave, you really want to kill them or at least make them port away, because then they'll have to repay the entry fee and it's a really long flight back if they want to try it again. The last thing I'll leave you with is that there are inter-server alliances, so the people you view as an ally might actually be allies with a party of people trying to kill you. This means that you can't always count on them to watch your back or help you out. I've also found great success in remote areas of the enemy encampments for farming their halberds and insignias when my server is constantly getting pounded. I hope these tips help you max out those daily insignias so you can rank up and get ripped. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can do this again sometime.
Yeah, Mr. Laser.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
You will be destroyed.
You're going
The
down.
explosion will be of extraordinary magnitude. Just hang on.
It takes a while.